We got something. Or
You
do
got
we?
something? Is it streaming right now? Is there audio?
One sec. Gotta reset the app. There we go. Now we live.
How's the audio sound? Let's get this. Yes. Tremendous.
That sounds pretty good.
Okay. And we're back. This is Duncan Gumble here. Let's let the theme right out.
Just gonna have to watch the stream just to see what's actually going on.
That's fair. I'll share my screen too for y'all. So y'all can use that if you want.
Alright.
Oh, I should blur. Hang on, I gotta blur the image. So I'll show it once I have the text ready. All right, let's get down to brass tacks here. Turn down March Madness. How does that sound, Kyle? Is our talking good over it?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Down to brass tacks. Starting in the West region, let's kick this off. All right, who's gonna win?
Alright, we just going all the way? Who's gonna win in the West?
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and fill out region by region. That's how I've always done it. I think that's if you're gonna build a perfect bracket, you want to follow me in how I've done it. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna show my bracket and then I'm gonna go through the picks. And revealed. All right, let's go through them here. First seed overall, Gonzaga against Norfolk State and Appalachian State. First of all, let's go through the first picks here. Norfolk State and Appalachian State. Who y'all got?
I'll go first. I'll take Appalachian State. I'm
Okay.
not too big on Norfolk.
And Kyle, what about
So,
you?
first one? I'm going Norfolk.
All right, well, I'll tell you who's going to win that. Chris, you are right on this one. That is Appalachian State.
right.
And I'll tell you why. The competition they play with in the Sun Belt is much tougher than Norfolk State. I couldn't even tell you what conference Norfolk State's from. So
Exactly.
That's what Appalachian
Enough
State.
said.
Yeah. I was looking on here and their stats. They do have any stats on that team.
Oh yeah, well I guess that's because
There's
it's,
no stats.
ESPN doesn't know how to handle the.
I think that's the MEAC, the like Mid-Atlantic.
I think you're right.
something
It is the
athletic
MEAC.
conference. Yeah.
Which
like
name
just
another
happens-
team from the MEAC? North Carolina Central, North Carolina A&T.
Yeah.
I don't know outside of that.
Yeah. Morgan State.
Morgan State. There you go. The
Coppin
Bears.
State.
Coppin, the Golden, whatever they are. I don't even know.
Yeah.
All right, I'll tell you what. That's an easy one. Gonzaga's winning this game. That's
Yeah,
the
that's
easy
a walk
picking.
over.
We all have Gonzaga.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, let's go. Oklahoma and Missouri. So what do the stats say?
Oh, these are pretty close.
These are pretty close. I'd like to hear from Chris first this time. Chris, who do you got?
This was a tough one. And I mean, this was almost like a coin flip for me. I went with OU. Again, this was almost just kind of a flip the coin. I think they're really even, so I just like the pedigree a little bit more of OU. No real good reasoning behind it, to be honest.
Lon Kruger, the pedigree. All right,
Yeah.
Kyle, what do you have?
You know what? I'm following. We went OU as well. You know what? We got neighbors to the north. We got to support them a bit.
There you go.
Keep the rest
I
of the
like
country at bay. Satellite states. That's what I call them. Got to support them.
That's your expert pick right there for OU.
Yep.
And I'm going to follow in y'all's footsteps, and the only reason
we
I'm
go.
doing that, we have two teams that were on this slide at the end of the season. Both were in free fall. Missouri, in my opinion, who did they beat? Exactly,
Very good.
nobody.
Yep.
Yeah.
OU at least beat some teams. OU's got Lon Kruger, and I'll go with you on that one. That's the pedigree. Moving on to the second round. Let's keep going down the first round here. We've got UC Santa Barbara, the Gauchos, versus the Creighton Blue Jays. And some controversy up in Creighton with plantation comments from the coach that have divided the team. Chris, who do you got?
This one was relatively easy for me. I like UCSB in the upset. You know me, I'm a big West guy. I've seen Santa Barbara play actually this year a few times, and they're a legit good team. And I think Creighton, I would usually pick Creighton, I usually like them, but I think they're a team that's torn apart because of those comments from Coach McDermott, so give me the Gauchos.
Kyle, let's hear from your expert opinion. Who's winning this game?
I don't think there can be an upset in this kind of game. I definitely went the Gauchos. Burton, sorry. The first team. Sorry.
All right, and you have your two expert opinions. Now let's hear the correct answer here. I'm going to tell you,
says
Creighton is passing on. Let's go ahead and select them, and I'll tell you why. First of all, you got one of the best point guards in the nation in Marcus Zagorowski. The man, even when he's having a bad game, knows how to get to the free throw line. He knows how to play and how to win. And this team will unite in the tournament. They're going to forgive Coach McDermott. They're going to see that Coach McDermott didn't mean what he said, that he just made us. It was a slip of words in the heat of the moment. And they're going to be fired up from that. And they're going to beat down a Gaucho squad that's very impressive, but will not pull off this upset. Let's move on to the 4 and 13, Virginia and Ohio. Kyle, who do you got?
We got Virginia going on. They're just, if you look at the stats, I mean, they suck at scoring, or the points per game, but you know what? They're placed fourth. They got to move on, or that's just going to be a big upset.
You couldn't say it any better. That's Virginia in a nutshell, sucking at scoring. Chris, are you here? Are you on this one as well?
I am. You know, I hate to be cavalier about this pick, but there's no way Virginia's going to lose this game.
That's great. No pun intended, I'm sure.
Never.
I'm going with you. Virginia's winning this one easily. I don't think Ohio even presents a challenge. They weren't the best team in the MAC, but they managed to pull it out. I don't think they're a 13 seed. Let's move on to USC and Wichita State or Drake. First of all, Wichita State or Drake?
I took Drake. This was actually tough. Wichita State, they're always good, but it wouldn't shock me to see. Oh wow, that was actually fun too. I really didn't do that.
That's good.
That was totally unintentional. It wouldn't surprise me to see Wichita State pull it off, but I think Drake is just the better team. So give me Drake.
All right, and we just had a surprise expert join and leave. Okay, never mind.
And he's back.
The surprise expert's back.
Hello.
Ryan, how are you doing, Mr. Din?
I'm doing great. How's everyone tonight?
We're doing wonderful.
We're doing good. We've got the Din Institute, some expert picks. Can you run down the first 4 picks from the West region for us real quick, just because we've only gone through 4?
Oh yeah, Gonzaga all the way. I like what I saw from Oklahoma earlier this year, but my champion's Gonzaga. We're taking Gonzaga all the way.
Okay.
Creighton got smacked by Georgetown, wasn't it? A couple of days ago.
Correct. That is correct.
I do like the upset here. UCSB. One of my coworkers is an alumni from UCSB, so I'm feeling the UCSB fire there.
Okay.
And who else you got there? Virginia and who's that? Is that Charlotte
Ohio.
or who is that?
That's Ohio.
Ohio. Probably Virginia. I like it. Is it Tony Bennett? Is that the
Tony
coach?
Bennett.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yeah. I trust all faith in that Tony Bennett there.
All right. So we've got our first 4 picks. We're gonna move on. And we just heard that Chris picked Drake. Kyle, who do you got in this matchup? Wichita State or Drake?
I think I did Drake. I haven't really watched either of these teams, but I heard the expertise from Chris, and we're good to go.
This was before you picked. This was after you'd already picked Drake, of course, right?
Oh, of course, yeah. I have that.
Ryan, who do you got in this matchup?
I like Wichita State. They got the pedigree when it comes to performing in the tournament.
Oh, twice we've heard pedigree now.
I like Wichita State.
Expert analysis. I'll tell you what, Drake's going to win against Wichita State in the battle for the old Missouri Valley Conference foes. Do you all remember that? These teams used to slug it out.
But Drake does have the hometown advantage. Is that
They
correct?
do. They do.
Oh.
In Indiana, that's close. It's not exactly in Missouri. Or, where's the
Iowa.
one? Iowa? Iowa, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're in Iowa. Okay, never mind. I
Yeah.
thought they were in Indy. My mistake.
It's
Bowler.
close, though. It's close.
Okay.
Drake's getting, I believe they're getting back their leading scorer, and I think they might be getting back their leading assist guy, as well as another guy who's been out for most of the year. I like a healthy Drake squad to not only sweep Wichita State here, but to take USC down as well. Yes.
Oh wow.
What does the room say?
You know what?
That's a hot take. That's a very
I'm
hot
on-
take.
I'm on board with that upset. I have that one as well. I think Drake is going to beat it. So
USC.
You got USC, Kyle?
Yeah, I chose USC on this one.
Ryan, sounded like you had USC as well.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, alright. Well, let's move on to Kansas and Eastern Washington. Fellas, this one's easy. As long as Kansas has
yeah,
McCormick
Yeah.
back, this game is a sweep.
Hands
Kansas.
down, Kansas.
Any
an
objections
upset
here?
there.
None.
Alright. Oregon VCU, we've got another tough matchup here in the Commonwealth. What do we have?
I'm going VCU.
I am too. I think this
Yeah,
is a
thank you,
Pac-12
Ryan.
team. This is a Pac-12 team to go down right here.
Yep.
Oregon.
Chris, what about you?
I went with Oregon. I think just the competition in the Pac-12 is a little bit better than what VCU is seeing, but it wouldn't surprise me to see VCU pull it off, but I think Oregon is just a little bit better.
Oregon takes down VCU in dominant fashion, as VCU honestly was down in a down year for the Atlantic 10, in my opinion. Let's move on to Iowa Grand Canyon. We've got Bryce Drew versus Fran McCaffrey. Who takes this one?
Iowa all the way. Enough said
I
there.
agree. Iowa.
Garza, forget about
Ryan?
it.
Iowa's really good. Yeah.
Iowa is
yeah.
really good.
I think they might be a Final Four team.
That's a fair
Yeah.
assumption. The only unfortunate thing for them is, and we'll get to that later, Gonzaga. But let's go ahead and move on. Gonzaga, Oklahoma. If there are no objections, I'm moving Gonzaga on.
Gonzaga, yeah.
Agreed.
Gonzalez, as Kyle said earlier, gets to move on.
Did I say Gonzalo?
I think you did. And they will be facing the Virginia Cavaliers in the Sweet 16. What do y'all think?
I think we're going to see an upset. I think the Gauchos are going to take down Virginia.
The Gauchos,
think-
okay.
Yeah, I think Virginia, they've had some early round upsets in the past. And I think this is another one of those years. I think they're going to struggle to score. And again, I really think UCSB is a really good team. So I think they're moving on to the Sweet 16.
See,
I
the
think you got a
problem
good
is
addition there.
the Creighton took that game is the problem.
Creighton
That's
takes
true.
this
So
game,
your
okay?
team's not even there. So
Oh, that
That's
makes
true.
it even
This
more
is the perfect
magical.
bracket. Ryan, who do you have? Virginia or the Gauchos?
Virginia.
Okay. Midwest. So after we just had the Midwest battle between Wichita State and Drake, we've got Drake versus Kansas. I like Drake. I think a full, healthy
Oh.
Drake is scary. But I'll tell you what, Kansas with McCormick back, a full, healthy Kansas that's gelled towards the end of the season, wins this game. And a tough one. Might be a buzzer beater, but Kansas takes this game. Where
I
do y'all
agree.
sit?
I'm with Kansas on this one.
Same here.
Okay.
Agreed.
All right. I think this one's no one's surprise. Oregon beat down on a bad VCU team, but I was just the best team in the nation, not named the top 4 teams, and even maybe better than Michigan. Iowa beats
Yes.
Oregon pretty handily.
Agreed here.
All right.
Hawkeyes all the way.
Well, I'll tell you what, Gonzaga can't, or Virginia can't score. Gonzaga can, and Gonzaga actually plays defense as well. Gonzaga probably beats down Virginia in a slower game than they'd like, where they score a lot less points, but Gonzaga takes Virginia, no question.
Sorry, which one are we on at this point?
Gonzaga in the Sweet 16. Who wins
I
that
got
game?
lost a little bit there too. But yeah.
Sorry, I did the order wrong on that one.
And I was distracted. So who's going to the Final Four? Is that the one we're talking about?
Who's going to Elite 8 right now?
Oh yeah,
Iowa.
I said Iowa.
I got the Zags.
I also
Although
have
I was-
Iowa in the Elite 8. We're talking about the Elite 8 currently, so They both can make it. But I too had Iowa beating Kansas. I think Luka Garza exposes. McCormick has looked bad against good bigs, and Luka Garza is a good big. So
I do have Iowa beating Kansas as well.
okay. How do we have Gonzaga versus Iowa?
I'm going Iowa.
I'm torn,
I
but
think they can do it.
Okay. Ryan?
I'm torn too.
Iowa should be a Final Four team, but Gonzaga's a champion.
Bad bracket for him. Let's pull up a date here. I'm gonna go back a few days. Why do these scores only show NCAA tournament? Okay, we're just gonna Google it. I'm gonna show you all a score
They played each other.
right
Wow.
here.
That's
This was
right.
early in the season when Iowa looked to be maybe their strongest, as they've hit a few road bumps since then. And it was a worse game than the score shows. I think in a rematch, Iowa knows what they need to do to win, and it doesn't matter. They still can't do it. Gonzaga beats them.
It's unfortunate because I think Iowa could beat all the other 1 seeds, but just not Gonzaga.
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I think Illinois is really good, but I think you're right that Iowa might be the second best team in this bracket. And unfortunately for them, Gonzaga is the first. So Gonzaga moves on. All right, let's move to the East region. And we'll start trying to pick this up a little bit. We've got Mount St. Mary's and Texas Southern. I don't think it really matters here what we pick because they're going to lose to Michigan either way. But I've got Texas Southern taking that game and then losing to Michigan. What do y'all have?
Same here.
Yeah,
Okay.
same. But like you said, Michigan is just going to take it. It's definitely a hard game to beat right there.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Don't sleep on Texas Southern though. I picked them to beat a #1 seed back in 2018 when
That's
the
right.
first #1 seed went down. In fact, let me go over my pedigree and why my bracket will be perfect. I did pick a #1 seed upset in 2018, the wrong one, but I picked one nonetheless. And then I've also gotten a perfect quadrant, and that's why you should trust me. So I should have said that at the beginning of the video. Maybe I'll splice that. We've got LSU and St. Bonaventure. Guys, again, I don't value the A10 that much this year. I'm taking LSU. Is that a good pick or a bad pick?
Oh, that's
That's a
beautiful.
great.
Yep.
That's a
LSU.
future pick for an 8-9 game. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Colorado and Georgetown. We've got Colorado, who looked really bad towards the end of the season in a bit weak of a Power 5 conference, if you can even use Power 5 in basketball. And then Georgetown, who ended the year on like a 6-game winning streak or something, and absolutely thumped Creighton in the tournament game in the final. Who do we have?
I'm taking Georgetown. I think Patrick Ewing's got his guys fired up. He's got his boys fired
Okay.
up. They're gonna be ready to play.
Yeah,
Chris,
I'm going
I
to go back.
agree.
Oh, Kyle's got it. Okay, sorry, Kyle.
I just went Colorado.
Colorado, okay.
Going for Colorado.
Oh, they're still digging out of their snow, so I think Georgetown's going to take them. I agree. I think Patrick Ewing, he's got something special, like that run they had in the tournament, and I think he's got those guys believing. Watch out.
Indianapolis is not going to forget who Patrick Ewing is as Georgetown takes this
Exactly.
game. Florida State and UNC Greensboro. This is a trap game, I've heard. Who do we have? I'll answer that for y'all. Florida State wins this. There's no trap here. UNCG is not winning this game.
I beg to differ.
SoCon down here. Oh, okay.
I think Greensboro's going to take it. They've been to the tournament several years. I don't remember if they were there last year, but they're no strangers. I think they're going to take it. Upset. Mark
All
it down.
right. Ryan, what about you?
I'm gonna take Florida State on this one.
Okay.
That sound like I'm copying, but Florida State took it.
I'll tell you why they take it. Their length and athleticism is unlike UNCG's seen all season in a down SoCon. I think that game is a going away game for Florida State. BYU and Michigan State and UCLA. Here we have an interesting thing. If BYU wins out to the Sweet 16, the tournament committee has already said they will reschedule the games because they made an error in scheduling the Sweet 16 for BYU on a Sunday if they were to go.
Oh,
And BYU is not allowed to play on their Sabbath day.
Right.
So, first of all, who's winning between Michigan State and UCLA, and who's winning between BYU and that team?
That will not be an issue because Michigan State is gonna beat them.
Okay. Kyle, what about you?
I took UCLA on that one.
Okay. Chris.
I'm with UCLA also. I think Steve Alford's going to get him in.
All right, I've got BYU winning this one, and this is probably one of the picks I'm least comfortable with in the whole tournament. I think BYU hasn't really faced any competition this year, but at the same time, BYU's dang good, and they have one of the best shot blockers in the nation, one of the best bigs in the nation, frankly, at this point, in Matt Harms. Nobody on Michigan State or UCLA is going to be able to get inside the paint, as Matt Harms swats everything in his way. And BYU takes this game to meet the winner of Texas and Abilene Christian. We've got a Texas showdown. Who takes this one?
Abilene Christian. Texas is the most overrated team in this tournament.
Interesting take. Chris, what do you
like
have?
I like the guts to pick that one, but I think Texas will win it, unfortunately.
I like the rhetoric Ryan had, but I did Texas as well. Texas takes it.
As much as I love Abilene Christian to take this game, they are a 15 seed and 14 seed sheep's clothing just to get them a game versus Texas. That was clear from the comment there. They're a 15 seed that I would think would give a 2 seed some trouble, but with Texas, they're shooting hot right now. They just came off a brilliant game against a hot Oklahoma State. I don't like Texas to go very far, but I do like them to take down Abilene Christian. UConn and Maryland. All right, now we're starting to get to some 7 and 10 action. Maryland not looking like a very good team. In fact, I didn't even think they really deserved to be in the tournament at all, but they get as high as a 10 seed. What do y'all think?
I think this one's UConn. I agree with you. I just don't think Maryland's that good. I didn't really see them as a tournament team, so I think they're out early, quick, easy.
I second that notion. UConn takes it.
I third it.
All right. We'll get back to UConn. Interesting team. All right, we've got Alabama and Iona. Rick Pitino making his return. I bet he did not hire prostitutes this time. Does Alabama take Iona?
Unfortunately, I wanted to pick Iona so bad. I wanted like the Rick Pitino magic to work its spell, but Bama's just too good. So, roll Tide.
Have to agree with you there. Iona definitely is a good team, but let's not forget the Iona's been to the tournament pretty much the past like however many years with Tim Quest as their coach. So not like he inherited a very terrible squad there. Let's go back up to the top here. We've got Michigan and LSU going at it now. LSU is a dangerous team, maybe a little underrated. How do they match up against Michigan?
I like Michigan. I think they're just a little bit better. I think they're pretty solid. Juwan Howard. Give me Michigan.
There's no objection from anybody else?
Yeah.
Michigan? Ryan?
Agreed. Michigan.
All right, Michigan moves on. Although it's not easy for them, and they almost lose the game to LSU. Georgetown, Florida State, or Colorado, if you had Colorado there. Or UNCG. Who moves on in this round? I've got Florida State moving on. What do y'all have?
I got Florida as well, moving on. Beating Colorado.
Chris, do the Spartans take this one?
They do. This is my like way out on a limb upset. I think UNCG is going another round.
You've got a 13 seed in the Sweet 16, eh?
Believe it or not, yes.
Taking down a 12 seed. Little rematch of the Ole Miss tournament when they played LaSalle, I believe. With who was that guy Jake always talked about, Ryan? The white kid.
Oh boy.
The punk. Marshall Henderson. Yes, Marshall Henderson.
Dude, no way.
Yep. I'm going back that far. All right, now we've got BYU and Texas, or UCLA or Michigan State if you had them, or Abilene Christian as one person had. Who's moving on from this round?
I don't think the BYU Cougs are going to have to worry about that Sunday. They're going home. They're on the plane back to Provo. Give me UT.
Rough way to put it,
UT
but
as well.
Yeah, Texas takes it.
Texas takes it, and Abilene Christian or Michigan State, Ryan?
Michigan State.
Okay. Finally, UConn and Alabama. We've got Alabama, who really rose to fame unknowingly in the SEC, and then UConn, who seems to be pretty hot to end the season. Who's taking this game?
I think Bama. I think they're pretty solid. They were quietly very good this year, so give me Bama.
Did put Bama. We all agree on Bama.
I agree with Chris. That was spot on.
Okay. UConn takes down Alabama. Alabama, potentially a 1-seed talent, going down to UConn. If you've seen them do it once, you've seen them do it twice. They're going to do it thrice. UConn takes this game. UConn looking at a Final Four potential bid. As we go to the top here again, Michigan versus Florida State. I don't remember who had anybody else there. I think UNCG might have been there for somebody.
Yeah.
Chris, I think that was you.
Somebody.
Somebody had them. I think the rest of us all had Florida State there. Michigan or Florida State or UNCG in this situation?
Florida State.
Florida State, okay.
I went
Ryan,
with
I'm
Michigan.
jumping on ship with you there. Florida State takes down Michigan. And Kyle, I heard you're about to go off with Michigan. Let's hear what you got for him. That's excellent. That's a good reason why Michigan should go. That's you can't get much better than that.
Valid argument.
Unfortunately for you, again, Florida State, they know how to do it come tournament time. They've got the length, they've got the athleticism, they've got one of the best coaches in the nation, Leonard Hamilton. They're going pretty deep this year. Chris, who did you have? Is UNCG make the miracle run?
No, this is where Cinderella gets sent home. This is Michigan. Cream rises to the top in this one.
All right. Let's move back down to the bottom. I believe one of us had Michigan State versus Alabama here, and then the rest of us had Texas versus Alabama, except for me, who goes on to the Elite Eight.
I've got Bama. Once again, I think they're just really good this year.
Okay.
What you got, Ryan?
Give me Bama.
Here as well.
Texas, unfortunately, relies way too much on shooting threes, and they're going to run cold against this UConn team. UConn is complete. They're going to the Elite Eight. They've done it once. They'll do it again. They're going far. Let's take UConn here. Finally, we've got the Elite Eight. Let's, I don't remember who in the world has what, so let's just run down. Who makes it to the Final Four out of this bracket, out of the East region?
I went Michigan.
Michigan?
Michigan here.
Michigan, okay. Ryan, Bama, or Florida State?
I think it's gonna be Bama.
Okay. And I'm gonna have UConn because one team we know will be a 5-seed or lower, and UConn is gonna continue the 7-seed trend that ended in 2019, and they're gonna start it back up in 2021 as they will make the Final Four for the third time in the past 10 years. 12 years or something. 11? I don't remember. So Gonzaga and UConn will play in the Final Four. Let's move on to the South region. Let's get it going. Baylor, Hartford. I don't think anybody's going to object. We're taking Baylor in this one.
Absolutely.
Okay. North Carolina, Wisconsin. This is a tough one. Wisconsin last year looked like a potential Final Four team, and this year sucked. North Carolina sucked as well, but at least they made the tournament. What do we think?
No,
this is... Go ahead.
Sorry. I went with North Carolina on this one. Beautiful state. You know what that does for your shooters? They're ready to win this.
I'll second that. I'll concur with Kyle.
Okay.
I think Wisconsin can pull it off with their defense. They're tournament tested. This was tough. I mean, it was an 8-9, but I think Wisconsin sneaks it out. It's going to be low scoring and ugly, which is what they like.
I like Greg Gard in a half-court, slow-paced matchup, but I'll tell you what, North Carolina, they've got the coach in Roy Williams who's took them there how many times? He'll do it again. He's taking them to the second round here against Baylor. Villanova, Winthrop. Who do we have?
Nova.
Yes,
Nova?
sir.
Nova, okay.
Nova.
Ryan?
I got Nova.
I know you got Nova. Gotta have the Catholic school, right?
Yup.
Well, I'll tell you what, Winthrop last year, St. Mary's was ranked and had just beaten Wisconsin in overtime. Winthrop comes to town in Moraga and takes down St. Mary's,
Wow.
and they looked pretty good doing it. ended up winning their conference, would have gone to the tournament last year, and this year was one game, and it was a close game away from being perfect and undefeated. Chandler Vaudrin has that Winthrop Eagles team roaring right now. Villanova just lost their best player in Colin Gillespie for the year. Winthrop takes this one. All right, we've got Purdue, North Texas. Go Mean Green, the Eagles, after just having a scintillating win against the West Kentucky Hilltoppers, who will now be taking on St. Mary's tomorrow, 8 p.m. in the NIT. Who wins between the Boilermakers and the Mean Green?
I got to pick the upset. I think the Mean Green can do it. Like, halfway a tribute to you, but like they're actually good. Like, they've been solid all year. Purdue is okay. I think they're a slightly above average Big Ten team, but I think UNC's pretty solid. Give me the upset, please.
Okay.
I know I'm not representing on this one, but I did mark down Purdue.
You
Going
traitor.
against y'all.
I did the same as well. We're split.
Wow. We've got traitors. I'll tell you what, Grant McCaslin and North Texas take this because Purdue should be an 8 or 9 seed at best. Purdue sucks. I mean, frankly, they're not very good, and I could look at a lot of teams that deserve to be ranked a lot higher than a 4 seed Purdue, who barely even scrapped in the Big Ten Conference. North Texas takes this one. Texas Tech and Utah State, another Texas team. Utah State, a bit of a surprise for a lot of people to get into the tournament here, as they didn't really do a whole lot in their non-conference. Who takes this one?
I'm going to be going back to representing. We're going Texas.
Does anybody oppose to Tech?
I actually do. I kind of am a believer in Utah State. Yeah, Craig Smith, who could quite possibly be the next Minnesota coach. I think they're going to pull an upset. I really like Tech, which I was torn because 9 times out of 10 I would pick Tech as a walkover, but for some reason, I think Utah State's going to pull it off.
Okay, Ryan?
I love Tech. I love what they're doing there in Lubbock. I got Tech.
Neemias, let's try to see if I can say his name right. Neemias Keita. I saw him peak in his first year against St. Mary's. He really dominated us and put us down. Next year, I think he was injured when we beat them in a ranked game. And this year, he really hasn't grown much to me as a player since his injury. I think Utah State's overrated here. I think they should have been subbed out maybe for Louisville personally. I'm taking Tech, even though I don't like Mac McClung. All right, let's move on to Arkansas Colgate. Colgate, another one of the one-loss teams. Really fast-paced team. Actually, both these teams like to really just run up and down the floor. Colgate likes to shoot threes. Arkansas likes to shoot threes. This is going to be a fun game regardless of who wins. Who wins this, though?
I got Arkansas.
Arkansas?
I think you said it well, but Arkansas.
Arkansas?
Yeah, I'm more of an Aquafresh guy, so I will take Arkansas over Colgate. Thank you.
You've been bringing the
Thank you
puns all
very
day.
much. I'll be here all week. Thank you.
I wish I could say Colgate. I like them. I think this will be a fun game to watch. I just don't think Colgate has the firepower being out of the Patriot League. I think they make it close, but I think Arkansas takes this one. Florida and Virginia Tech. We've got Mike Young in his second year at Virginia Tech taking on the coach at Florida. I'm trying to remember his name. I have no idea.
I'm not sure who it is either. Yeah, I think it was
I
just like an
know-
assistant.
A lot of the fans want him fired after last year, but
Uh,
okay, who's going down in this game, or who's going ahead at least? Who's going on?
Gators. Give me the Gators.
Even though you just offended a lot of them, we're going Gators.
I like Virginia Tech and their 4-0 record against the top 25.
Ooh, okay.
I like
I
it.
like that too. I tell you what, Virginia Tech, this is another tough one for me. I would have picked Virginia Tech, and I did actually pick Virginia Tech now that I think about it, right? Is that my bracket? I should
Stick
know
to
better.
it.
Yeah, I picked Virginia Tech there. I'm picking them here too. They're definitely winning that game. Mike Young, he had something going at Wofford, and he's got something going in just his second season at Virginia Tech. Ryan's got it. They beat the ranked teams. They take down Florida. Ohio State and Oral Roberts. Oral Roberts, they've beaten a. That was close. I almost said something there. They've beaten a few teams.
What have they done? Man,
They've
Gosh, I should be
knocked
watching
off.
that.
jeez, that's aggressive.
they've knocked off a ranked team or two in the past in the tournament. I think Kentucky comes to mind. Or no, that's
that
Robert.
a personal
Oral Roberts
foul?
was Kansas. That's flagrant.
Yeah, that's true.
How did the
That could be
Buckeyes
good.
match up? Did they take this game? Is there any doubt here?
No, Ohio State all the way.
I agree. I actually don't think Oral Roberts is even a 16 caliber. I think Appalachian State really got raked over the coals to get a 16 seed. Should have been a 15 at least, whereas Oral Roberts is probably a 16 seed. Alright, moving on. Baylor, North Carolina. This one's, I think, tougher, or Baylor, Wisconsin, whoever you got here. I think this one's tougher than people are giving it credit for. Who's going on?
Yeah, I have Baylor beating Wisconsin, and again, I think Wisconsin will try to make it ugly, but Baylor's just a better team, so give me the Bears.
We're going Baylor against North Carolina, but Baylor wins.
Agreed.
Baylor takes this. I agree. Alright, I've got Winthrop versus North Texas, but I know we've also had Purdue Villanova, and we've also had Villanova North Texas, so who's moving on to face Baylor into the Sweet 16?
Nova.
Villanova.
Yes, sir.
Villanova all the way, huh? Well, I'll tell you what.
UNT?
Even
No.
if Villanova
Uh-oh.
made it against UNT, I'd take UNT against them still. I don't think Villanova's that good, and I think against two really good mid-major teams, when I've already got a 12-13 matchup, I'm going more with heart here than I am with brain. I think Winthrop might actually take this one in real life, but I would take North Texas to the Sweet 16 for a Texas matchup.
I like it.
All right, we've got another Texas team. We might have two Texas matchups in this region. Tech and Arkansas. Who takes this game?
Heck.
Texas
Tech.
Tech.
Okay. Tech. Okay.
Utah State is going to the
Utah
Sweet 16.
State.
Yes.
There's
Once
the 11
again,
seed.
it's crazy, but I'm going out there, so
The 11 seed usually does make it pretty far. I think that's if you're gonna pick a good Cinderella as an 11 seed. That's
I
not
have
a bad
more
one to go
faith
with.
in them. I have more faith in them beating Arkansas than I do Tech. So
That's fair. That's fair. And once you have them picked that way, you gotta go ahead
Yeah,
and just pick it out
exactly.
anyway. I have Tech moving on as well. I'm gonna join my other two cohorts here. I think Tech takes down an Arkansas team that runs and guns, but what do you do when you play good defense? Do they run and gun?
Absolutely.
I don't think so.
Mm.
Virginia Tech and Ohio State. Who's taking this one?
give me the Buckeyes.
Buckeyes? Do we all have Buckeyes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Baylor and I've got North Texas. Who do we have moving on? Baylor or Villanova?
Baylor.
No. It's going to be Villanova.
Wow.
Villanova. Okay.
Unfortunately, I think the Baptists will defeat the Catholics in this one, so the Bears move on. Although I'd like to see Jay Wright in Villanova, but I think Baylor's better.
The devout Baylor Bears will be moving on, although it will be against North Texas, and they will make the Elite Eight there to play against Tech or Ohio State.
This is where Utah State goes home. This is Ohio State, clearly better,
Ohio State,
unfortunately.
okay.
I went
Has the
Ohio.
Buckeyes as well. Okay, Brian.
I'm not sure. What do you think, Duncan? I'm not sure about this one. I don't like Ohio State.
You don't like Ohio State?
Neither
Okay.
team wins. According to Ryan.
They just walk off.
It's COVID.
Yeah.
COVID will step
COVID.
up
Yeah,
as well.
COVID wins it.
Baylor
There
moves
you go.
on. Baylor moves on.
None of the above.
That should be an option in the spread.
Yeah, they have an
That's true.
outbreak.
That's gonna be a bit hard to predict that, but guys, I don't like Ohio State either. But they beat Tech here because Tech, frankly, doesn't have the talent to run with Ohio State. Tech plays sound, fundamental basketball, but they don't take Ohio State down, as they didn't take a lot of the Big 12 down this year. Finally, we have the Elite Eight matchup. Most of us have Baylor, Ohio State. A few of us have Villanova. Who wins this game? Who goes to the Final Four in this region?
All right, we got Villanova against Ohio State, but I mean, I took Villanova this far, but I think they finally go home. I'm sending Ohio State.
Wow.
Who do you have?
I got Baylor. We're doing the Final Four, right? Or at least
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Going to the Final
Yeah.
Four.
sending Baylor in to the Final
Yeah.
Four.
I'm with you.
Alright.
I've got Baylor.
I like Baylor. I think they played well all season until their COVID pause when they really started to slump. And even when they were winning games, they didn't look good doing it. Ohio State, they've played the competition. Again, I don't think Ohio State's that good, but I think Baylor just runs out of gas. Baylor plays off fundamentals much like Tech did, and much like Tech lost, Ohio State will go to the Final Four here.
Well, there's supposed to be a Baylor-Houston matchup in the Final Four.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the Midwest region. We've got Illinois Drexel. Illinois is winning this game. Does anybody even think any other way is going to go?
Not at all.
All right, Loyola Chicago and Georgia Tech. Now, this is interesting. Sister Jean has been allowed to go to the tournament, and she says they're going Elite 8. What do we think?
I'm with it. How can you argue with none? I mean, come on. Loyola, they're doing it again. I think they're going to beat them.
All right, Ryan?
Agreed. Power of God. Agreed.
Power of God. All right, Kyle?
Amen. We're going with them.
As much as I like what Josh Pastner has done with Georgia Tech, and I think Georgia Tech's a really good team, Loyola Chicago takes this one with the best defense in the nation. Tennessee and Oregon State. This one's tough. Again, we've got another Power 5, I keep using that term even though I don't like it, Power 5 school that won their conference, bid thief, against a really overrated, in my opinion, SEC team in Tennessee. Who takes this one?
Yeah, I don't really like either of these teams. I think, I'm with you, I think Tennessee's overrated, and Oregon State, like, how do you believe in Oregon State?
Exactly.
But I think Tennessee will win, but, yeah.
I got Tennessee moving on.
Me too. Me too.
All right, Tennessee does take this in a game where both teams really aren't that good, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State and Liberty. Now we've got more Power of God versus Cade Cunningham, who was like a collegiate basketball god this year. What talk about a hot team to end the season that gets a 4th seed? That was the biggest, in my opinion, disgrace picking throughout this tournament. Who wins this game?
Okie State.
Agreed.
Oklahoma State. I agree, absolutely. Dangerous team there to be placed 4th. Watch out if you're Illinois. San Diego State and Syracuse. Syracuse really didn't deserve to be in my opinion, only winning 1 game out of 8 games against Quad 1 teams. That really means you've already proven you're not going to do well in the tournament, frankly.
Yeah.
And while they still have a shot and might do well, as history would prove, they play against San Diego State, who has looked pretty solid all year and beat St. Mary's by 30. There's got to be something to that. Who wins this game?
I love San Diego State. I love San Diego State.
I'm with you. Yeah, Aztecs all the way.
Got
Do we
San
think
Diego.
the Aztecs got a bad seed at the 6th seed?
I do.
They might have, yeah.
I think so
They
too.
should 5 seed.
I agree that they should have been higher, although I'll say this, being a 6 seed is so much better than being a 4 or 5 seed in my opinion. So
I mean, they're much better than Tennessee. I mean, are you
Oh,
kidding
yeah,
me? If those two matched up? No way.
absolutely. Agreed. All right, we've got West Virginia, Morehead State, who took down Belmont in the championship. Belmont, who had won the most games of any team in the nation, unfortunately will
That's
not be
right.
making the tournament, not getting picked like they did in 2019 either. Who wins in this game? Do we have Morehead, or are we all going West Virginia?
West Virginia.
I'll take the Mountaineers.
Yes, sir. It's unanimous.
Mountaineers. Don't like Bob Huggins, don't like West Virginia.
No.
But
No.
they'll win this game pretty handily, I think. Clemson Rutgers, we have another team, Clemson, who probably shouldn't be a 7 seed in my opinion, against a Rutgers team who gets a 10 seed. Might have been a bit overrated for them, but who wins in this game?
I've got Clemson, just the ACC pedigree, but again, this was a game that could potentially go either way, but I got Clemson going.
I got Clemson too, but this is just the snooze. That's going to be
Yes.
like a snooze fest.
Go
Oh,
COVID.
yeah.
COVID takes it.
I got Clemson.
You got Clemson. I'll be the one that defers here. I take Rutgers because the ACC was down this year and the Big Ten was up.
Sure.
I know I'm buying into the Big Ten hype, and I don't like the Big Ten. Again, this one will be a snooze. I completely agree. Both teams, not like they're going to make it any further than this game, frankly. Houston and Cleveland State. Cleveland State, they play good defense. They're from the horizon. That's about all I can say about them. Houston wins this game. I don't even have to ask y'all. Houston's taking that one.
No.
Illinois, Loyola Chicago. The battle for the best team in Illinois. Who wins?
Anyone going to
Unfortunately. Yeah, I got the Illini. I'd like to pick the upset, but
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I gotta side. Yep, I agree.
Oh,
I want to, but Illinois.
They've been saying that this is the best Chicago or Loyola Chicago team, even better than 2018. And while I don't completely agree with that, I'll say this: they have the best metrics, even though that team was only 5 spots behind them in KenPom. Unfortunately, Loyola getting an 8 seed means they actually get a worse seed than the 11 seed they got in 2018. They have no chance at making a run here because they run into one of the best 3 teams in the tournament this year in Illinois. Illinois beats them, and Loyola goes home, losing the best in the state of Illinois. Tennessee and Oklahoma State. We've got a team that none of us really are high on against a team that I think most people in the nation are high on. Is there any chance Tennessee pulls this one off?
Absolutely not.
No, sir. Cowboys all the way.
Agree with you. Stillwater will take this one and face off against Illinois in what should be a 1-2, maybe a 1-3 matchup, frankly. Not a 1-4. We're getting that way too early. West Virginia and San Diego State. This is where things start getting dicey. Who takes this one?
I feel like Ryan's gonna say San Diego.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yes, it's just unfortunate they're gonna face Houston, but we'll get to that.
I'll jump ship before anybody else mentions it. Ryan, I'm backing your ship on this one. San Diego State beats down a West Virginia team that isn't a 3 seed.
Yeah.
I'm on board too. I think San Diego State's the better team. I don't hesitate at all.
I'll be the 4th wheel. I'm going West Virginia on this one.
And why does West Virginia take this one?
Oh, because they're, ranked 3 out of, the other team. They win. Isn't that how it
Chalk
works?
wins. Kyle's running chalk. I like it. Houston and Rutgers. We've got a Big Ten versus an American Conference. A bit of a difference in location in the United States in this one. Who wins this one?
I got OK State in this one.
What? Oklahoma State's so good they're winning games that they don't even part of.
That is an aggressive pick. I like it. Screw the bracket. I'll make my own pick.
We're still on the bottom, I guess.
Correct. I believe you said you had Houston going here. Okay. Kyle, do you have Houston?
Yes, I do.
Chris?
Yeah, Houston also.
Yeah, alright. Illinois, Oklahoma State, and this is where things get tough. Who wins this game?
That was my call right there, Oklahoma State.
Okay, Oklahoma State, Cade Cunningham.
I like that pick. I think Illinois is just a little bit better. I'd like to see Okie State pull it off, though, but give me Illinois.
I agree.
Alright, I'm going to show y'all a picture. Let's see, what's a good picture here? That's from high school. Let's pull up a more recent one.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I love Cade Cunningham, but nobody's beating this guy down low. Illinois takes this one in what should, unfortunately for Oklahoma State, be an Elite 8 game that they find themselves in the Sweet 16. Illinois is going ahead because Kofi Coburn is... There's no way that guy is 21 or 22 years old.
Yeah.
Looks like a 30-year-old out there. Alright, who's they matching up against? Houston or San Diego State? I think we all think San Diego State may be deserving of as high of a 3 seed. So this one should be matched up. I think Houston and San Diego State match up well. Who actually moves on?
I'm
I
torn.
want to hear Ryan's pick.
I'm
What do you
torn.
got,
I wanna hear
Ryan?
what you guys had to say. I'm torn on this one. I love San Diego State, but I also love Houston.
I'm with you. I really want to pick San Diego State, but I think Houston's just a little bit better. I have Houston, but I really would like to see San Diego State win it. But
Ryan's
I have-
own words.
I'm side with you on that. Just Houston just has that slight air of an edge. Yeah.
you and I will get together and we'll watch it. And we'll bring our San Diego State pom poms and cheer them on. Maybe they'll.
Sounds good.
Kyle, I heard you about to make a big claim. What were you going to say?
I said just from Ryan's own words. Unfortunately, they have to play against Houston. Houston takes it.
I think that's about as good as you can state it. Quentin Grimes, he's actually come into his own here in his hometown of Houston. Didn't look so good at Kansas, but he's become the best player on a Houston squad that boasts some pretty good players. I think San Diego State makes this one tough. I think Mensah, is it Nathan Mensah? I don't really remember his name. Quasi's brother makes this one tough for him. but or Kosi Mensa's brother. We'll say Kosi Mensa. But unfortunately, Houston does move on to face Illinois, where I'm going to tell you, gentlemen, Houston runs into the buzzsaw that is Kofi Coburn and Io Dudamasu, and Illinois moves on to the Final Four. What do y'all think?
That's exactly what I got.
Really? I have Houston and Okie State, and I'm taking Houston in my Final Four. My Final Four.
Okay.
I'm with you, Ryan. I think if Houston gets past San Diego State, I have to ride them to beat Illinois too. So I think Houston wins it.
Okay.
Let's go.
We've got some interesting Final Four matchups. So let's re-up on our Final Fours. What do y'all have so far? We'll go down each line and then pick who your champions are. Kyle, you go first.
All right, so I got Iowa versus Michigan. Really? Wait, hello, Ryan. Hello, Ryan. What you got? Anyways, I'm having Iowa win that game. Are we going to go through all four of them, or just let's start with
go. Who's going to the championship?
I did championship. We got Iowa in that game, and then we have Ohio State versus Illinois. We're going Illinois versus Iowa in the final.
A full
Big
Final
Ten.
Four of Big Ten. Wow.
I like it.
All right. So you've got Iowa. And who did you say? You said Illinois. I think
Correct.
that's very possible. I think you've got two of the best three teams in the championship, so I can see that happening. Chris, you go next. What do you have?
All right, we have Gonzaga and Michigan, and I like the Zags. Hart, and I think they're the better team here. Then on the other side, we have Baylor and Houston. I'll text this matchup. And again, I'm riding Houston. I think Baylor gets so far, but then they're not going to be able to get all the way to the Final Four. So I think our final matchup is Gonzaga and Houston. And the Zags finally get over the hump and win it all.
All right.
Mark Few cuts down the nets, finally.
Kyle, I'm sorry, I didn't get your final pick. Who do you have Iowa winning it?
Yes.
Okay, Luca Garza takes.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I would love to see that. Them or the Zags. I like Iowa.
Right. Ryan, who do you have?
My Final Four is on the left. I've got Gonzaga and Bama, and Gonzaga won that easily. And I was waiting to hear what Chris says, but I think I concur with what he said. I've got that Baylor-Houston matchup, and I think I am going to take Houston. So it'll be an interesting Gonzaga-Houston national championship match there in Indianapolis, and I'm going Gonzaga. I'm riding them as my champion all the way.
Here we go.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and concur on the Gonzaga pick. In a battle of Gonzaga and UConn, Cinderella runs short, and Gonzaga takes that game to go on to the championship, where they were just 4 years ago. 4 years ago, with Przemek Karnowski and Nigel Williams Goss, and other people. I don't remember.
Oh, they'll win it?
That was 2017. And from the right side, they'll be playing Ohio State or Illinois. Ohio State, we've seen it. While they're good outside of their conference, they really they get beat down by the best teams in their conference. And Illinois is the best team in their conference. Illinois is the best team in the nation. In this game, they take on Ohio State to play Gonzaga. And while I think Illinois is the best team in the nation still, Gonzaga's got the best coach in the nation. Gonzaga's got the best potential players in the nation. They come to play, and Gonzaga beats Illinois 73-69 in a barn burner.
Nice.
Oh, wait.
That's a beauty right there.
Bust out the champagne in Spokane.
Bust out the champagne indeed. Gonzaga, after winning this game, will slump next year when they lose all their best players, and St. Mary's will win the West Coast Conference. You heard it here first. Finally. And then we'll win the national championship. Here's your perfect bracket, everyone. Copy it if you want to, but go ahead and make your own bracket. And thank you for stopping by if anybody did, and if anybody didn't, thank you, Heaven's Angle, for stopping.
Dude, I love that guy.
Yeah, he makes great drone content. Alright, well that is the end of that stream. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off here.
Can you create an ESPN group? I'd like to compare our brackets.
Oh yeah, let's do that. How do I enter this in a group? Oh,
I
create a
guess
join a group. Here we go.
Great one.
Create group. That's the name of this. That's awesome. Default bracket perfection. Oh, that's my bracket. I see. To avoid participants swapping one or more successful entries into your group, you might want to consider making your... Yeah, we'll make it locked. Private. Get one entry. Group password, we're just going to make it 123. I don't know. I'll change all this later. Alright, let me go ahead and do the invites here.
Cool.
How do I do this? Invite friends.
No link.
Here we go.
Oh,
I
there
got it.
we go.
So,
You've done this for me way back in the day for I've made a bracket.
Chris, there he is. Password is 123.
Secure.
I'm gonna do 3 entries. Let's see. Me, mom, dad, grandfather, grandmother, if that's 5. I'll do 5 entries per user, but we should really only enter 1 per person, so that's just for my parents. And grandparents. I'll throw them in there as well.
I think I'm in it. I don't even need a password. Just put me right in. I think I'm in there.
Oh, really? Okay, that's good. How do I see brackets? Or do I not see that until it starts?
It's locked until
It's
the game
locked.
starts. It's yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be great. Yeah, this will be good.
Alright, so we'll be able to track our progress here.
Perfect.
We know we've already gone over. I can go into the video if anybody changes it to copy the my perfect bracket, so I'll know if anybody's cheating. Just saying, when UConn goes to the Final Four, I just want to say I told you so. I picked Loyola Chicago to the Elite Eight and would have picked them to the Final Four if I knew Virginia was going to be the 1 seed to go down. So I've got some pedigree myself. Let me go get my bracket here.
Right on top of it. His quadrant is like his fourth. He has like a little fourth of a page. Let's see, is that it? Is it? Yeah, there it is. The fourth of a page.
Laminated. Let's see if it can. It's gonna.
Yeah, what a weird shape. Why couldn't you just keep, it intact?
I don't know. I don't know. Why is
Yeah,
it
well,
not?
Yeah, it's not focused. That's okay.
Got a huge
We
glare.
need 4K webcam for that.
I know. I need a new webcam. How do I see?
Right, the lights too.
Properties. Hang on. I got this. I got this.
No, I refuse to believe it's accurate without seeing it. I think it's all fake. You're just holding up a blank piece of paper. Uh-oh.
It's a little.
Oh, no.
It's
Nope,
there,
all I
it's
see
there,
is
so
scribbles. No, I don't.
That's laminated perfection right there. Although the lamination is coming off. I don't know who laminated this. They did a terrible job. Dang it.
Yeah, get Mallory too. Mallory do a bracket. She.
Alright, I'll do it to 6. I'll get it to 6. I'll have her do one.
Yeah.
Change that.
What her methodology will be.
Places to visit, mascot name.
Right. Exactly.
Like, oh, I've always wanted to go to Florida.
St. Bonaventure.
Where is that?
Winthrop.
Oh, it's like New York. It's like upstate New York.
Oh, it's like Syracuse. Like yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Buffalo, Syracuse-ish.
Oh right. Yeah, where's Buffalo? Is Buffalo a basketball school?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Bulls.
I know football. Football, they're kind of in there.
Buffalo did have a 6 seed.
I was gonna say.
Was that 2 years ago or what? Last tournament.
Yeah.
So
Definitely. Where's Boston College? Aren't they a good team?
No, they
they're
fired their
trash.
coach this year. Yeah. Yeah, they haven't been good. They haven't been good since they've been in the ACC.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty much. Where were they before that? Big Ten?
Yeah, or no, they were Big East, right?
Big East.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, they've been down since then.
Interesting, yeah.
Had a few good players. Joe Rayhan from St. Mary's came from Boston College. That's all I really know about him.
It's weird. There's like no reason for them to be bad, though. I mean, they're like Northeastern Catholic school, just like Villanova in Boston. I mean, why would you be bad? You know, you should be able to recruit there, I think.
Yeah, you'd think so. Let's see. I see 3 entries. Kyle, have you already entered?
Yep.
Chris, are we just waiting on you then?
Yeah, I'll do it later tonight.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm on the phone, on my phone using it right now. So
Thank goodness we have John Smith, and then
I'm a beast.
who's actually named, and then whoever I'm a beast is.
I'm
Is that really what it says?
yeah,
I'm a. It's not what it says. You're right.
I'm abreast. It's even better.
That's news to me. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Oh, we've got an even line on the Drake Wichita State game. What ESPN's predicting Drake to win pretty heavily though.
Wow.
Texas Southern is even as well. Wow. And they're not even favored. I think that's wrong. I think Texas Southern is gonna beat the brakes off Mount St. Mary's.
Did they play their like impossibly hard schedule again this year?
I don't know.
Like they
Let's
have.
look at that. Let's look at that.
Like
I don't think
that's
they
why I
played
picked
COVID.
it.
Every
Because
year, right?
you're the one that turned me on to that. Like they played the like schedule from hell non-conference,
Oh, yeah.
and then they clean up in conference.
Oh yeah, they played that one year where they lost every single out of conference
Yeah.
game and then dominated their conference and almost won against the 1 seed. We got Washington State, Oklahoma State, Wyoming, who they beat, St. Mary's, who was a close game, closer than I would like to admit. Auburn, BYU, would have been USC. So I mean, it wasn't the hardest schedule this year, but probably COVID.
Those are
didn't schedule that.
probably all on the road. I'm sure none of those teams are
Oh,
going
yeah.
down to wherever the heck
Gotta
Texas
get those
Southern
bye
is.
games.
Yeah.
Let's see. Appalachian State, Norfolk. Who do we got in that game? Appalachian State barely favored. See, I don't see how they think that. Appalachian State plays in a much tougher conference. And they beat Georgia State twice. Actually beat Georgia State 3 times. Lost to them once. I mean, that's a good team. Or UT Arlington, man. Ryan, y'all had your alma mater had a tough year.
Oh, did they? I
Yeah.
was totally oblivious to it. What happened?
they went 500.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like line has Michigan State, but game ESPN predicts UCLA. I don't know. Let's look at the NIT. St. Mary's and Western Kentucky. Line has St. Mary's winning that game. And no other information. This is the team we were supposed to play in the. Were we in that NIT? I think in the the Bad Boy Mowers Classic. That's right. Except we lost to Memphis in the first round, so that'll be fun. All right, and that's all I've got really.
Good shit. When's the first round of 64? Is that March 19th? That's Thursday?
I think it's
Friday.
Friday, yeah.
Friday, okay. Was Kyle ever part of the Harwood gambling pool?
No, I don't think so.
No.
No?
I remember it, but I don't think I ever joined it.
Oh.
What was the buy-in? $1?
Probably.
$8?
Yeah. 5, yeah.
It was cheap, but I mean, it worked. And then you get to buy multiple entries and stuff. Chris, I think I've told you about that.
Yeah. You told me about your bookie days.
Those were fun, man. Ryan, me, I don't remember who all else ran that, but
I like it.
those were good days. You can end the stream there.